One bag of this type of banana leaves is $2.88, and at first I thought that I would need 2 bags, but for now I just need 1. So after you have washed the banana leaves carefully, I'm going to cut it into, let's see, smaller pieces to grab the cake. And probably, let me calculate. Oh, wow. It is torn a lot. So probably it's going to be like, let's say, each piece would be around like the size of my hand. So you grab this part so that we have enough space to put the batter in, like the fillings, and we grab everything up. Okay. So I cut them into smaller pieces about this size, and for the torn part of the leaves, then I will just tear them apart like this, so that we have a strip to tie the cake once we have done with the filling and the batters. As for the one that are too short, then just get rid of them. Here. Oh, this is really torn up. So I'm not sure if it's enough. Scrap cake, maybe, yeah, maybe enough. So I have done with cutting the banana leaves into smaller pieces, and as for these pieces, when I said throw them away, like you shouldn't do that. I just have a second thought, because that would be a really waste of money. You know, one big bag of banana leaves is $2.88. So these pieces I'm going to keep in case the bigger one is torn up. Then I will have something just to patch up the tearing. And also these are the strips so that I can tie the cake. For the filling of this kind of cake, let's just call it cake even though it's not really is, we will have just 2 ingredients, pork and shrimp. So for pork, I have marinated with some honey, fish sauce, sugar, pepper. So the taste of the pork should be like sweet and salty, though more sweet than salty. I'm going to braise the pork together with the shrimp until everything is perfectly cooked and the color is golden. So remember to choose the small shrimp, because if you choose a really big one, then the cake will be really big, and we won't have enough banana leaves to wrap them. And as for the pork, just like them in small, sizable pieces, not like this. You keep braising them until there is little water left. All of the spices just get into the pork and the shrimp. that we have a nice combination of color. So our filling is ready. The batter of this type of cake is extremely simple. Just 2 ingredients, tapioca starch and water. So remember, 1 part of tapioca starch and 1 part of water. So I have it here, 800 grams of starch. I'm going to put it in a big bowl. Like you can use any kind of measurement or container that you want, and then just make sure that the amount of water is equal to the amount of tapioca starch. Put everything in a big pan. Just mix it up until the tapioca starch completely dissolves. Now let's prepare the batter. So before you put the pan onto the stove, make sure that it is well mixed up. Then we turn the stove to the highest heat, and you have to stir continuously. Otherwise, the flours will just stick onto the bottom of the pan, and that is not something that you want. So we will stir continuously until the mixtures is heated and you can see like small bubbles. Then you will start to turn down the heat, turn down the temperature, and keep on stirring. You will slowly feel that your hand is, how to say, like it feels harder, and it's more difficult to stir. So that's when you know the batter is nearly cooked. Now, when I was young, my mom and I were really interested in eating this type of cake, but we were really afraid of this process because in the past we had to use like a gas stove, and we have to put the pan on extremely low heat, and it took a really long time for the batter to be nearly cooked. But nowadays, like thanks to electric stove, then the process is faster. No, I mean is now is speeded up. Oh, I start to feel I have to turn down the temperatures, otherwise it's gonna burn the whole batter. And I have started to feel more difficult to stir. So when you see that the batter is hardened like this, and just turn off the stove and use the remaining heat to stir a few more time. Mix everything up really nice, and we are ready to grab the tapioca starch cake. Okay, the batter is ready. So let's ready. We have the filling, the batter, some cooking oil, and the banana leaves. With the strip, it's gonna be super easy. At first, put some cooking oil onto the leaf to prevent the batter from sticking to the leaves. We should have another one. Then scoop a small amount of batter onto it. This. Then 1 pieces of pork, 1 scream. Put it up, wrap it up. Be careful. And then place it like this. You can tie it if you want to, otherwise you can just leave it like this, because when you put it down, you know, it just doesn't run away. But anyway, because I have prepared the strips, so I'm going to tie them up. Nice. These are my finished products. Not really finished, but my husband and I, grabbed all of them for about an hour or so. I haven't counted to see how many we have made, but I used up all of the batter, 800 grams of tapioca starch, and all of the fillings that I show you in the big bowl. So I hope that, wow, this is over 50. Okay. So I'm going to store them in the fridge to freeze them, and whenever you want to eat, just take a few out and steam them until the batter become clear, because right now it is half cooked and the batter is cloudy. So steam them until they become clear. Usually if you defrost them, let's say an hour before you steam them, then it may take like 20 minutes for the cake to be fully cooked. And they are best served with diluted fish sauce. So you are going to mix some water, some hot water with fish sauce, and then put in some chili. Dip the cake into the sauce, and you'll see it's gonna be a combination of chewiness, saltiness, sweet. sweetness, yeah, it's going to explode in your mouth, I guarantee, because this is one of my most favorite dishes coming from my mother's hometown in the central of Vietnam. Let's make the sauce. My husband likes it to be spicy, so a lot of chili that you can see. I'm going to mix 1 part of fish sauce and 1 part of water. To do. So 1 part of fish sauce and 2 parts of water. This, and just add in some sugar. So after about 45 steaming the cakes, they have finally fully cooked because I use my cooker. So I think that the heat may not be enough. But if you use a bigger pan with a lot of steam coming up, then probably will take about half an hour to steam the cake. And ta-da! This is the final product. As soon as you realize, you notice that the batter become 100% clear like this, then it is edible. So thank you for watching my video. Thanks for watching me sharing one of my most favorite dishes and also traditional bun. And if you like the content of the video, please press subscribe to support me. Thank you and goodbye. So yummy. It's chewy and the filling is just right.